Hello, I'm Justin Porter, and the title of my video today is Am I an Anti-Theist? And the answer is yes, I am an anti-theist, because I just believe religion is causing so much trouble in the world. Just look at the Middle East. The Jewish people think that they have a right to Israel because the Bible tells them that. In the Old Testament, it says that I, Yahweh, are giving you this land if you worship me. So the Jews think because they worship Yahweh, the God of the Old Testament, that the land of Israel is theirs. And if you read in the Old Testament, they conquered all these other nations who had other gods, who were also religious, and took their land, murdered them, and the ones that wanted to worship Yahweh, they enslaved them as water gatherers and wood collectors. So yes, I am anti-theist, and even today the Muslim world in the Middle East, they want to have Sharia law, they want to have a holy jihad, they want to spread Islam all around the world. The Middle East is a mess because of religion. If it wasn't for religion, the Middle East would probably be a really nice place to live. Two different types of people. They have two different types of music that they can enjoy with each other. They have different foods that they can enjoy with each other. But when it comes to religion, they're at each other's throats. Because I believe that the religion is the cause of the trouble in the Middle East. Religion is the one big cause of the Middle Eastern trouble that we're having. If the Jews got rid of their stupid Yahweh God in the Old Testament, and the Muslims got rid of the Allah, it would be a better Middle East. It would be a lot better Middle East, And you look throughout the Middle Ages when people were burned at the stake for being a Protestant. And then the Protestants burnt Catholics at the stake. Religion, so much bloodshed, so much war. The white man, he went to America with the Bible, and with the sword and the Bible, he went to the American Indians and said, it's either you accept the Bible or you take the sword in the belly. And they murdered everyone who didn't want to accept the Bible. And the ones that did accept the Bible, they enslaved them and they took their land. Took their land, took their gold, took their precious metals. Here in Australia, the white man came with the Bible and the gun in 1788 and said the Aboriginal, take the Bible or take the gun. Take the gun. Take a bullet. You have the Bible or you can take a bullet. And the ones that did take the Bible, they were slaved. The white man took their land. Religion, religion, religion. It's just plain trouble, just plain trouble. And the best countries on earth are the countries that are least religious. Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Viking countries. Not very religious, have very little religion, a lot of atheists. They're great countries. Japan, a great country. Australia is a pretty good country because in Australia religion isn't a big thing. But all the countries where religion is really big are the countries that have just wars, trouble, mistreatment of women, mistreatment of children, are the religious countries. Where the less religious a country is, the better, the higher standard of living. And I believe that if countries around the world improved the standard of living for poor people, for homeless people, for hungry people, made it more equal, there would be less religion. Because I believe that poor people turn to religion because they're suffering in this life and they look to the afterlife for a better chance. But we only have this one life. All the evidence points to we just get one life. And religion is so death-orientated. Us atheists live for this life. We live for this life because we know it's the only one we get. Where religious people, all they think about is the afterlife. They're living for death. They're denying themselves a real life now for a non-existent afterlife. The Bible talks about Armageddon, the end times. The Jews in Israel now are looking forward to a time when the Jews return to Israel and the Messiah comes. Not Jesus, but their Messiah comes. And the Muslims want to have a jihad, holy war, and the Muslim extremists killed 1,500 innocent Jewish people who, were just living their daily life. They murdered them, they killed babies, they did atrocities. So it's religion, And these world's religions are just looking for an Armageddon death when the Messiah comes back and kills everybody who doesn't worship the right religion, gets rid of everyone. Religion is the cause of all the troubles in the world. And if even in the Middle Ages, during the Black Death, the bubonic plague, which was caused by fleas biting rats, biting humans in the 1600s, they got rid of all the cats and dogs because they thought the plague was caused by dog poo, cat poo, rotting garbage. So they cleaned up the streets, got rid of all the cats and dogs. Rodent population went up. People started getting bitten by fleas, and they got the bubonic plague, killed a third of Europe. This was in the 1600s. 300 years earlier, in the 1300s, the bubonic plague killed a third of Europe. But in the 1600s, they thought, what's caused the bubonic plague? Cats, dogs, rotting rubbish. So they got rid of all the yucky stuff in the cats and dogs. Rodent population went up, came back, killed a third of Europe. Now, little old ladies who didn't want to get rid of their pet cat, didn't get the plague because their cats kept the mice and rodents away. A bit like snakes here in Australia. We have snakes, like in our back garden here. In our back garden, we had 2 brown snakes this year, and brown snakes in Australia kill more people than any other snake. And as you can see, the bushland around here. And so the cats kept the rodents down, and the little old lady who kept her cat, the people said, she didn't die, she didn't get the plague, this little old lady, she's a witch. And she's in league with Satan, and she would be killed. She would be branded as a witch, and she would be killed. An innocent little old lady who kept her cat, and it was the cat that got rid of the rodents, And so we get snakes here, we get brown snakes here. They keep down the rodents, People think snakes are of the devil. Snakes aren't of the devil. The book of Genesis is a fable because snakes don't have vocal cords. Snakes can't talk. Adam and Eve's story is a made-up fable, but people still believe it's true. In the book of Revelation, it says stars fall from the sky. People used to believe that stars were like little pinpricks in the hole in the sky at nights. They used to believe that in the book of Revelation, it says the stars are going to fall from heaven. Religious people love death more than they love life. Religious people just think about death. But us atheists, we focus on life. Because for all we know, this is the only life we get. There could be an afterlife, we don't know. Nobody's come back and told us. And it's nice to have a bit of a hope that we see our loved ones again, but we really don't know. So a big thumbs up to all you atheists, agnostics. And wouldn't it be better if everyone was an agnostic at least, an agnostic, and say, look, we don't know. We don't know. Evolutionary scientists, evolutionary biologists don't have all the answers and may never have all the answers. We still don't know how life started. Life may have always been around. Matter, the universe may have never began. For all we know, the universe may have always existed. People say, well, God always existed. Well, why can't we say that matter has always existed and the universe has always existed? But it's forever changing and ever evolving, you know. So, yeah. So that's all I basically wanted to say. Stars don't fall out of the heaven because some of those stars are bigger than our sun. And if some of those stars hit the Earth, they would wipe the Earth out because our sun is just a tiny little star. But in the Bible times, that was their science book. They didn't know stars were giant gas balls. They thought they were little pinpricks in the sky, tiny little things. In the Bible, they thought that epileptic fits were caused by the devil. You know, a man full of demons would be thrown to the ground, froth at the mouth, full of demons, you know. And they didn't understand earthquakes or that, you know. But for those who are listening to this video, accept the fact, if you are religious, accept the fact that you're not going to be around forever. You're not going to be around forever. Accept the fact. That's the fact. We die. Every living thing dies. You know. And all I want to leave on is a lovely song by Perry Como. Now, Perry Como was born in 1912 and he died in 2001 at the age of 89. I don't know if Perry Como was a atheist, but he has a beautiful song that I'm going to sing for you. And it's called For the Good Times. And it goes, don't look so sad, I know it's over, but life goes on, and this old world will keep on turning. Just let's be glad we had some time to spend together. There's no need to watch the bridges that were burning. Lay your head upon my pillow, lay your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops falling soft against the window, and make believe you love me one more time. For the good times, you'll get along, you'll get along. And if you feel you ever need me, just don't be sad, don't say a word about tomorrow or forever. There'll be time enough for sadness when you're leaving. Lay your head upon my pillow, lay your warm and tender body close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops falling soft against the window, and make believe you love me one more time. For the good times.